This is important. We want to be fair, right?
Yes, sir.
We want to be fair. Your job's too important to not tell the truth under oath, isn't it?
That's correct.
I mean, is it that important that you've got to exaggerate and make up things that aren't true just to try to convict this guy?
No, I'm not trying to convict nobody.
Well, then why aren't you telling the truth to the jury? We all heard it.
The video showed the truth.
Right. The video shows the truth.
Yes, sir.
You asked him if he had been drinking.
Yes, sir.
He said a little bit.
We can go back and see the video.
Really? It's not important to you? Did you watch the video before testifying?
Yes, I did.
I just wanted to be clear about what happened. And we have the video, and then we have what you're saying the video said. Those don't match up, do they? Yes or no? Is what you told the jury match up with what is on the video?
Yes.
How is that okay? That's not okay. You went up to him and you asked him, have you been drinking? And he said a little bit, right? I will play the video again. It's in evidence. Do I need to, or will you just agree with me that that's the truth?
Mr. Flood, you ready?
I'm sorry, I did the state pass.
State pass witness.
All right. Yes, I'm ready to see where to begin. You saw the video that we all watched of you approaching Mr. Martinez, right?
Yes, sir.
And despite your insistence on, well, you told the jury that you asked him how much he had to drink, or if he had been drinking, right? That he admitted he had.
Yes, sir.
It's not illegal to drink alcohol and then drive if you're not intoxicated, right?
Correct.
Are you a drinker?
No, sir.
You don't drink any alcohol.
No, sir.
Okay. Do you think everybody that drinks alcohol and then drives is guilty of DWI?
No, sir.
So you said you were out that night as a speed to look for speeders.
It was traffic enforcement. Yes, sir.
I think you said you were out there looking for speeders
Yes, sir.
and also drunk drivers.
Yes, sir.
So you were like the speeding and drunk driving enforcer that night.
Correct.
Are you familiar with the saying that when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail?
Sure.
So that was kind of your role that night. You were out there looking for, I mean, it was the night shift.
Yes,
You're
sir.
looking for people to arrest or pull over for DWI, right?
Correct.
And you happen to find someone who looked like a nail. He was speeding and you smelled an odor of alcohol, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you wrote an office report in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you wrote that close in time to when this happened, right?
Correct.
You bring a copy of that with you?
Yes, sir.
I saw you kind of looking down earlier. It's okay to refresh your memory because I know it was a little time ago, but can I just ask you, you don't read directly from it
Correct.
word for word. If you say, hey, do you mind if I refresh my memory? That's fine, okay?
Okay.
You stated that you smelled an odor of alcohol on his breath.
Yes, sir.
And that was when the state was asking you questions right here.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say I smelled a strong odor of alcohol.
Correct.
You didn't say I smelled heavy odor of alcohol. You just said I smelled an odor of alcohol.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You could have said, when they said, what did you smell? You could have said, I smelled a strong or heavy odor of alcohol on his breath, right?
That's correct.
But you did not say that.
That's correct.
But you'd agree with me anyway, though, that just having the odor of alcohol on your breath, that doesn't prove a person's intoxicated.
That's correct.
Everybody knows that, right?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't even tell you how much alcohol a person has consumed, right?
That's correct.
Even if you said a strong odor of alcohol, that doesn't mean that, well, that person's really consumed a ton of alcohol, right?
Correct.
Okay. So he admitted to drinking. You smelled the odor of alcohol. That makes sense, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Him drinking and him admitting to it and you smelling it, that doesn't mean he was intoxicated, though, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I don't know I mean, I'm 53. My hearing's not what it used to be, but he didn't say I had several. We didn't hear that. Are you telling the jury that that's what you heard? How old are you?
I'm 50.
Do you wear hearing aids?
No, sir.
Do you have trouble hearing? Has any of your family?
In a closed room, yes.
Okay. Family members ever said something like that? Like they have to me? You have to repeat themselves?
That's how it does.
After listening to it, I think once or twice, are you still trying to, I mean, you're under oath here, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're still telling these folks here that we all heard that he said, I had several drinks? Or do you want to change that answer now? Just tell us the truth. He never said several drinks. They got this man charged with a criminal offense. You understand that?
Mhm.
If you were charged or a family member, would you want an officer up there not telling the truth to a jury?
Well, in
Objection,
No,
Your Honor.
no, sir.
No, sir. Is that your answer?
yes, sir.
So why is it okay for you to do that? You said it wasn't the truth.
No, I never said that, sir.
Did he say several drinks?
He said a few, yes.
Did he say, I had several drinks? Like you testified 2 times.
Yeah.
As an answer, Judge.
Overall,
Which is it? Because you just said, no, he didn't say that.
no, he said a few.
Is that fair to exaggerate facts or to tell the jury things that are not true?
No, because a few means several.
He never said several. He never said a few. You know, you play it again? I'll play it as many times as you want. Can you, if I played it again, can you point out to the jury where he said I had a few drinks? Officer, look, I'm not trying to trick you.
Mhm.
It's important. We want to be fair, right?
Yes, sir.
We want to be fair. Your job's too important to not tell the truth under oath, isn't it?
That's correct.
I mean, is it that important that you've got to exaggerate and make up things that aren't true just to try to convict this guy?
No, I'm not trying to convict nobody.
Well, then why aren't you telling the truth to the jury? We all heard it.
The video showed the truth.
Right. The video shows the truth.
Yes, sir.
You asked him if he had been drinking.
Yes, sir.
He said a little bit.
Need to go back and see the video.
Really? It's not important to you? Did you watch the video before testifying?
Yes, I did.
I just wanted to be clear about what happened. And we have the video, and then we have what you're saying the video said. Those don't match up, do they? Yes or no? Is what you told the jury match up with what is on the video?
No, sir.
How is that okay? That's not okay. You went up to him and you asked him, have you been drinking? And he said a little bit, right? I will play the video again. It's in evidence. Do I need to, or will you just agree with me that that's the truth? Because if you're not going to agree with me that that's the truth, you want me to play it again?
Sure.
You guys mind? Help us drive.
Your Honor, for the record, that's State's Exhibit 2 at the 2-minute, 34-second mark.
Where you coming from? You stop it. You said, how much did he have to drink? Have you had anything to drink? What did he say?
A little bit.
A little bit. He didn't say a few, correct?
Correct.
He did not say several, correct? So that's not a part of this case.
Correct.
Go ahead. Thank you. You came back to the vehicle. You asked him again, how much have you had to drink tonight? And he said, 1. And you said, are you sure? He said, yeah. He didn't say a few, right?
Mhm.
He never said several, correct?
Correct.
Is there anywhere else on the video that he said a few or several?
No, there's a part of the video where it says honestly, yeah.
I'm sorry?
There's a part of the video where he says honestly,
He said,
yes. Honestly, yes.
yeah.
Or yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to show you what the state showed you. And the answers that you gave don't match up with what Mr. Martinez said, right?
Correct.
We heard you ask him 2 times about drinking.
Mhm.
Did he ever say he had a few or several?
No, sir.
But why would you come to court under oath and tell the jury that? Why? That's may I approach the witness, Your Honor? I've got copies of your offense report.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to show to you. I don't know what you have, but you wrote in your offense report, right, that you asked the driver if he had any alcoholic beverages, right? We heard that. That's the whole purpose of that on live cam, right? We see the truth. That's the truth.
Right.
Not what you're saying. Right? Right?
Yes, sir. Right.
And he stated, what did you write? He had only 1, and you put O-N-E, and then you put parentheses and the number 1 in there to make sure that there was no confusion in your office report that he said he had 1 drink.
Yes.
You never wrote anywhere that he had a few or several, or that he came back later and said, Well, honestly, I have more to drink. Is that anywhere in there?
No, sir.
Is this the kind of police work that you are used to getting away with doing?
No,
Oh, so you don't get away with this all the time?
no.
Or you do get away with it all the time?
No.
Yes or no? Do you get away with it?
Objection around the
It's move on.
On the back, you write again
Mhm.
that you asked the driver if he had any alcoholic beverages. That's like two places. And he stated that he had only one.
Yes, sir.
And you wrote the number one, O-N-E,
Yes.
and then you put parentheses,
No.
the number one. Anything about that I misrepresented?
No, sir.
You approached the vehicle and he was holding his license and insurance out the window.
Yes, sir. Correct.
You were going to ask him for that, right?
Yes, sir.
How in the world is that a sign of intoxication? You said he was bouncing it?
Yes, sir.
That's a sign of intoxication.
Usually drivers.
Is that a sign of intoxication?
No,
Yes
sir.
or no?
No,
Then why are you here trying to tell the jury that it is?
I never said that.
Do you remember 10 minutes ago when they were asking you questions and you said he was bouncing his license and you're trying to insinuate that that was weird or some,
That was an observation.
right, about like his mental or physical faculties?
Yes, sir.
So, okay. You talked about NHTSA, right?
Yes, sir.
I know this isn't the manual you received, but National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, that's NHTSA, right?
Yes, sir.
That's an acronym that stands for the federal agency that is the authoritative body on how to administer field sobriety tests, right?
Correct.
And they give you an arsenal of three tools, three tests. There's an eye test, the horizontal gaze nystagmus, right?
Yes, sir.
You know the name of the other two?
Yes. One good turn, one leg stand.
Okay. Three tests that you can use to administer, and as you said, to determine if a person is intoxicated or not, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's what you were intending to do. You smelled alcohol. You asked him if he would do those sobriety tests,
Yes, sir.
and he said no. People have the right to refuse those tests, right?
Correct.
And he invoked that right. He thought about it. He made a conscious decision and said no, right?
Yes, sir.
Which he has the right to do.
Yes, sir.
Now, what you decide to do if somebody refuses, that's up to you, right?
Yes. The National
Correct.
Highway Traffic.
It's up to you.
Objection.
Objection that's non-responsive, Your Honor. I asked a yes or no question.
Both of you guys are, it's just, don't get hostile. Ask the question, let him answer. That's it.
Objection non-responsive.
What's your question?
I said if he refuses or submits, if he refuses, what you decide to do next is up to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you intended to perform those tests, as you stated, to determine if he was intoxicated or not, right?
Correct.
But you were not able to perform those tests to determine if he was intoxicated or not, correct? You stated that. So in your training, you went through. You received a manual about the standardized field sobriety test, right?
Yes, sir.
And that talks about the history of alcohol in the country, administration of the field sobriety tests, but also a whole list, a litany of signs about how a person's driving that could also indicate intoxication, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's 100 different clues they list that say if a person is driving like this, that could mean they're intoxicated.
Correct.
Did you know that speeding has never been one of those signs?
This is speed.
Speeding. Did you know that speeding has never been listed as one of those signs?
It says speed and braking.
Is everybody that's speeding intoxicated?
No, sir.
Only at night
No.
when you're out there looking for drunk drivers.
I'm not looking for anyone.
Well, that's not what you said earlier, is it? You said you were out there looking for speeders and drunk drivers.
No, I was still traffic enforcement.
Mr. Martinez, there's no evidence that he was swerving, correct?
No, sir.
You didn't testify to that, right?
No, sir.
You testified to everything you observed about his driving to the jury,
Yes, sir.
which would indicate that you thought he might be intoxicated, right?
No.
You didn't keep anything back, right? He wasn't running red lights, stop signs, swerving all over the road, right?
You know, but he did a movement violation. Yes, sir.
Right. We all know he was speeding.
Correct.
That doesn't prove a person is intoxicated, right?
No, sir.
I don't know if you saw your radar in there, but all those people that were, well, when you pulled him over, there was nobody around them. There were a few other cars that passed. Your radar kept going like 77, well over the speed limit.
Yes, sir.
All those people intoxicated just because they're speeding?
No, sir.
Okay. We know that was a traffic violation.
Yes, sir.
Was there anybody that called in, like to 911? There's a drunk driver out there
No, sir.
with respect to Mr. Martinez?
No, sir.
So other than just driving fast, there was nothing else about him driving that indicated to you intoxication.
No, sir.
Okay. When you pulled over, he some people who are intoxicated, they keep driving for a long time before they pull over, right?
Yes, sir.
It shows slow reaction time, right?
Yes, sir.
There's nothing about how he acted that showed a slow reaction time. He put his blinker on, he pulled over, right?
Yes, sir.
Nothing about the way he pulled over indicated intoxication, correct?
No, sir. But he did straddle the yellow line.
Yeah, we heard you say that.
Mm-hmm.
Your opinion, because he pulled over to the left instead of the right,
Yes, sir.
that's not how you wanted him to pull over, right?
That's taken.
Did you get on your bullhorn and say, driver, pull over to the right shoulder?
No, sir.
You could have, right?
Yes, but due to the
Yes.
lanes, say yes, sir.
You could have told him where you wanted him to pull over.
Yes, I could.
But you followed him, you put his blinker on, pulled over to the left, and that's where you stopped him. And then Officer Ponce, was he your corporal at the time?
Yes, sir.
He actually showed up after you and he helped block the scene,
Correct.
block that lane so it was safe.
Yes, sir.
He was out on the scene as well.
After the fact, yes, sir.
And he observed Mr. Martinez as well, correct?
Correct.
Now, I don't know how closely you watched the video, but you know that there's more things that you said that are not true when the state asked you questions. Do you know what those are? You have your offense report, and Officer Ponce wrote a supplement, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And Officer Ponce, he wrote what he observed of Mr. Martinez, right?
Correct.
You stated to the jury that you observed Mr. Martinez chewing gum.
That is correct.
Look through your offense report and point out the place anywhere in there where it says that you observed Mr. Martinez chewing gum.
No, I didn't have it to my report. No, sir.
That's because you didn't notice that. Officer Ponce did. Officer Ponce comes out and he even, so you told the jury, they said, what else did you observe? I observed Mr. Martinez chewing gum. And then that was a sign he was masking, hiding that he was intoxicated.
Yes, sir.
Really? Really?
Yes, sir.
Officer, you didn't even know he had gum in his mouth. Officer Ponce comes out. I mean, eventually you did, because Officer Ponce told you, right?
No, I didn't know it's the chewing gum.
Where is it in your offense report? Show me. Just show me. Where's it on the video that you observed gum in his mouth? Officer Ponce comes out. He asks you, did you watch this part? He asks you, did he have gum in his mouth? And you said, I don't think so.
He's hearsay at that point. He's asking about another person. He's not going to hear.
This goes towards credibility, Judge, what he testified to earlier.
He's asking about somebody else's statement out of court.
I mean, I can ask what happened. That's
Very good question.
you weren't. You didn't notice gum in his mouth. The other officer asked you and notified you. He had gum in his mouth, right?
He did advise it. Yes.
Right. And at first, you weren't aware. And then Officer Ponce goes up to the car and tells Mr. Martinez, open your mouth. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Officer Ponce looks in Mr. Martinez's mouth and he says, spit your gum out. You're not allowed to have gum in a patrol car. Right?
Correct.
You didn't have any part of that. If Officer Ponce hadn't even observed it or asked him to open his mouth, you would have never known. But you're here today representing things to the jury that they're totally not true. I mean, I know the gum's an insignificant part, right? I mean, you're not trying to convict a person because he had gum in his mouth for DWI, right?
I'm not trying to make anyone.
You're not.
No.
So you're here like testifying in a neutral capacity, or are you biased against Mr. Martinez?
I'm biased. No one.
Unbiased.
I'm biased. No one.
So you're here in a neutral capacity.
I'm here just representing.
Okay, so if if the jury, it's who decides whether or not it's guilty or not guilty? You or the jury?
I believe the jury.
Right? When you arrest a person, that doesn't mean that they're guilty of an offense, right?
That's correct.
You just have probable cause. I mean, it sounds like there may be a question about whether you even had probable cause, right?
Just a little review.
Sure, that's a legal conclusion at that point.
He was earlier making legal conclusions, was he not? Overruled.
I guess my point is that probable cause, you smell alcohol, you pull someone off the road, it's probably a safe thing to do, right?
Yes, sir.
If the jury says they don't think that it was proved in this case, they can say not guilty, right?
That's correct.
And nothing would happen to you professionally in your job if they said not guilty, right?
That's correct.
And since you're neutral and not biased against Mr. Martinez, whatever the jury decides, you would be completely fine with, correct? You said you're not here trying to convict them. If they said not guilty, you should be completely fine with that.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine for whatever the jury decides, you'll be totally fine with.
That's it.
I'm curious as to, was there slurred speech? Were there bloodshot eyes? I'd like to know about the indicia of intoxication.
That's about where I was going next, Judge.
So
I'll get there. Sorry. Yep.
get on it, doggone it.
So let's talk about that. The state, they asked you, which is typical. Did you form an opinion about whether or not Mr. Martinez was intoxicated?
Yes, sir.
And you said, well, first of all, you said that he had slurred speech.
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's like less than 1 minute, maybe, or a minute of you talking to him. We don't hear any slurred speech on the video. I'm sorry.
I heard him.
On the video.
Yeah.
Seriously?
When I was there.
You said he had quick answers. I mean, what's the opposite of that? Having slow answers?
Sir, quick answers to stay quiet. Yes, sir.
Well, if he was responding slowly, you'd say he was intoxicated because he had a slow reaction time in responding to your questions.
I never said he was intoxicated. I said he had signs of intoxication.
You never said that you thought he was intoxicated. That's the point. Because when the state asked you, what did you think about him? You said, I thought he didn't have his mental faculties, right?
Yes, sir.
And they said, why did you think that? And you said, because he said, I'm coming from 59.
Yes, sir.
Perfectly clear. We could all hear it. No slur speech. No speeding it out with a quick answer. Perfectly legible. I'm coming from 59. And that means that he didn't have his mental faculties?
Well, the answer that he gave.
From 59.
Yes.
That's what you're saying is evidence that he didn't have his mental faculties.
Yes, sir.
I think you said because he didn't say I was coming from a restaurant or a bar, you wanted him to say he was, whatever. And that's something you based your decision to take him into custody on?
No, sir.
Well, when the state asked you, what did you base your decision on? And that was one thing you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Physical faculties, you stated that his balance was bad.
He stumbled when he stepped out of the car. Yes, sir.
Where? It's like we're watching two different videos. Where was his balance bad? Where did he stumble? Did we ever see that?
Yes, he did.
We did?
When he was coming out of the vehicle, he kind of like stumbled.
Dude, the guy gets out of the vehicle. He turns around like this and puts his hand on the car. Where in the world could he stumble in 1.5 foot space? He did not stumble.
That's where I observed.
I'm sorry?
That's where I observed.
You saw him stumble from the time he got out of the car.
Yes, sir.
You had a dash camera, too, that was in your car. So if he stumbled, there's a whole other camera that would show that, right?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't we see that? Why don't we see something that shows what you say is true?
That's not for me to present.
Whose job is it? I think you're putting them in a bad spot, don't you think? They're trying to prove what you say is true, but they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you see that? They can't prove that he said he had several drinks or a few drinks. They can't prove that. You're making their job very hard. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something else you want to give them to help them prove that you're telling the jury the truth?
But it's over there.
It's all there.
Yes, sir.
None of us just see it. It's just It's all there. He had glasses on when he was sitting in the driver's seat. You see that? But you're saying that you noticed he had glossy eyes
Yes, sir.
in the few seconds you looked at him?
Yes, sir.
You know, glossy eyes is not a sign of intoxication at all.
No, sir. It's not.
Are you agreeing with me that I'm right, or are you arguing with me that I'm wrong?
No, red bloodshot eyes is good as glossy eyes.
I didn't ask that. I said glossy eyes through his glasses. Did you know that according to your NHTSA training, all the clues, glossy eyes are not a sign of intoxication?
That's right.
So you're agreeing with me.
Yes, sir.
So why in the world would you write that and try to tell the jury that's another sign of intoxication you're telling them? It doesn't even prove intoxication. Why? Why are you doing
I never
this?
said that glossy eyes proves intoxication.
They asked you to list. We're taking notes over here, right? You see us over here. We're writing things down. They asked you what signs, more than one time, slurred speech, which we didn't hear, glossy eyes. You said that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying now you didn't say it?
No, I'd say.
You know that's a vital sign of people being alive. You have liquid on your eyes. If you don't, there's a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
You ever thought about it that way?
Not medical.
Well, then why are you trying to tell these folks that there's things that you probably didn't even see and trying to tell them that meant he was intoxicated? Doesn't sound like you're being real fair or neutral to me.
But I'll never say that he was intoxicated.
You never did.
No, sir. The only thing that I
But
saw
you
was
could
that
have been-
he refused the SFSTs, which said proved to me that he was intoxicated, hiding evidence of intoxication.
Okay, you never said he was intoxicated, but he refused the SFSTs, and that said he was intoxicated. I'm just repeating what you just said. You know, have you ever heard the saying, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what your answers were, or you don't have to remember what you said?
Right.
That's true.
They kept asking you to tell us your opinion about what did you base your decision on, and you cited 59 for mental faculties, physical faculties. I mean, we didn't see any stumbling. Glossy eyes are not a sign of intoxication. I think you even said droopy eyes, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
I wrote that down.
Yes, sir.
For God's sake, show me where you wrote droopy eyes in any of your offense reports, probable cause affidavit, blood warrant, called it in on your MDTs. Show me one place where you said when you wrote this offense report after this arrest that he had droopy eyes. Show me.
Let's not in the report. No, sir.
First time ever today. You just thought you'd throw that in there?
No, sir.
Well, you did. You did. Yes, you did. You just decided you would throw that in there because you did throw it in there.
Okay.
Did you ever tell anybody that before today?
No, sir.
You know, there's a picture of his mugshot that they have in color. That's black and white. If he's got red eyes, droopy eyes, wouldn't you want to show the mugshot in color to prove to the jury what you're saying is true? That'd be pretty powerful evidence, right?
Yes.
You've probably been in it. Have you ever been in a trial before?
No, it's my first time.
There was no alcohol in the vehicle. That was a question.
No, sir.
The state asked you a question. Did you form the opinion of whether or not he was intoxicated? You stated I wasn't able to do, or you weren't able to do the field sobriety test to determine if he was intoxicated or not. Correct?
No, I just said that he refused the
Right.
SFSTs.
Right. I'm saying you were not able, you said you do the field sobriety test to determine if a person's intoxicated.
Correct.
You were not able to determine if he was intoxicated.
Correct.
And you have stated twice or more, you never said you thought he was intoxicated.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. But you arrested him, put him in cuffs, and he was in custody. You even called it in on the radio, one in custody for DWI.
Yes, sir.
But you didn't think he was intoxicated. Correct?
Correct.
Judge, I've asked everything I can. I object to the, I don't know what else. Okay. That's what this is.
All right.
May this witness be excused?
Yes, sir.
It's okay. Thank you so much for coming to testify. You're excused. Say nothing.
Any are they subject to recall?
I'm releasing him.
I think it's a good time for a break. You might take a beer now.
All right, just.
All right. Please be seated. Tyler, you had a motion.
I have a motion to suppress the arrest. No problem with cause. I mean, I think there's no credibility at all with this,
I'm going to grant it. I'm going to grant this motion.
and all the evidence that came after the arrest.